Before we begin, make sure to subscribe to my channel for more real-life stories filled with emotion, truth, and powerful lessons. When I married Lisa 8 years ago, I believed I had found the most genuine and affectionate woman in the world. She was calm, nurturing, and never the type to raise her voice. Our life together was simple, yet peaceful and full of warmth. For years, everything felt steady until recently. Small things began to shift, barely noticeable at first, the kind you tell yourself not to worry about. Lisa started coming home later than usual, always armed with vague explanations, extra work hours, helping a friend, or running small errands. I wanted to trust her, and for a while I did. But somewhere deep inside, a quiet unease began to stir. One night, as we prepared for bed, I noticed a small tube on her bedside table. It wasn't something I'd ever seen before. The label read Skin Renewal Gel. When I asked about it, she smiled a little too quickly and said she just ordered it online. Her voice trembled ever so slightly, and that hesitation lingered in my mind. Lisa was never nervous over something so trivial. I tried brushing it off, but something in me wouldn't let it go. Over the next few days, her behavior grew stranger. She guarded that small tube as though it was worth a fortune. If I entered the room, she'd tuck it away instantly. Late at night, I'd hear her quietly tiptoeing to the bathroom and staying there for what felt like forever. When I asked, she'd simply say she was applying her skin gel treatment. It sounded harmless, until one weekend while she was at work, I looked through the bathroom cabinet. The gel wasn't there. Neither were a few of her smaller toiletry items. That struck me as odd. Why would she be taking her personal things out of the house? My curiosity turned into quiet suspicion. To calm my nerves, I installed a small security camera in our living room. I told myself it was only to ease my mind, not to spy. The next week, I acted completely normal, same greetings, same jokes, same goodnight kisses. She never suspected a thing. But every night around the same time, she'd leave our bedroom with her gel, gone for nearly an hour. I had a feeling I'd soon discover the truth. 3 nights later, I finally checked the footage. My hands shook as I clicked the file open. At first, I saw Lisa entering the living room, purse in hand. She sat on the couch, pulled out her phone, and started texting quickly. Moments later, there was a soft knock at the back door. My heart pounded in my chest. She opened it, and in stepped Alex, a coworker she'd mentioned a few times before. I recognized him immediately. He looked around nervously before embracing her tightly. My stomach twisted as I watched them sit together, laughing and whispering. After a few minutes, Lisa reached into her purse and pulled out the same small tube, the so-called skin gel. But instead of using it herself, she handed it to him. They both chuckled as if sharing a private joke. He whispered something that made her blush, and she leaned in closer, murmuring something in his ear. They didn't cross any obvious physical line, but the intimacy between them was unmistakable. It hit me harder than any physical blow could. The gel was just a cover story, a convenient excuse for their secret meetings. That night I couldn't sleep. Every time I shut my eyes, I saw them together, smiling, sharing something I thought only we had. I didn't confront her right away. Instead, I saved the video on my phone and waited. The next morning, I acted as though everything was perfectly normal. I made her coffee, kissed her cheek, and wished her a good day. It was painful pretending to be the fool she thought she could deceive. That evening when she got home, I asked her to sit down. I told her I had installed a camera because I'd noticed some missing cash and items lately. Her face turned pale immediately. Before I even mentioned the footage, she began trembling. You put up a camera?" she stammered. I nodded and showed her the video. She didn't even try to deny it. Tears streamed down her cheeks as she muttered, "It's not what it looks like." But what else could it possibly be? Finally, she confessed. She admitted she'd been meeting Alex for months. Not physically, she claimed, but emotionally. She said she never intended for it to happen, that she was just confused, and the gel story was a way to hide it all. I sat there in silence, my chest heavy with disappointment. It wasn't only a betrayal of love. It was a betrayal of trust. The smallest lies had snowballed into something that shattered everything we had. She begged for forgiveness, but I had nothing left to give. The following days felt lifeless. She packed her things and moved in with her sister. I spent my nights staring at the empty couch where she once sat, the silence around me louder than ever. I didn't feel hatred, just a deep, weary sadness. Because betrayal doesn't always shout. Sometimes it whispers through small lies disguised as harmless truths, until they destroy everything. A few weeks later, I received a letter from her. She wrote that she was sorry, that she wished she could turn back time. I didn't reply. The damage was already done. The truth had revealed itself, not through shouting or confrontation, but through one quiet camera and a simple lie about skin gel. Now, when people ask why I don't trust easily anymore, I just smile and say, because sometimes the smallest lie tells the biggest truth. It's a painful lesson. One I never wanted to learn, but one I'll carry forever.